All right, so I think I just figured out the secret to scaling Facebook ads. And we did this by scaling a brand 10x in 40 days, literally from $2,300 per day in ad spend all the way to $23,000 per day in ad spend, while increasing the return on ad spend by over 23%. So about 40 days ago, a men's footwear brand came to us with a very unique case. These guys were spending around $2,300 per day and hitting a 1.7 ROAS, which was barely profitable for them. Not ideal. The interesting part about this was that this brand in particular was talking to investors, and this team of investors gave them a very specific target that they needed to hit in order to close a deal. They needed to hit a 2x ROAS at 5K ad spend, basically doubling the current size of their business as it was today. I also have to stress, these guys tried to scale 3, 4, 5 different times over the last 10 months, and they were never able to scale over 60K per month without their ROAS going negative. They tried tons of different campaign structures, everything from ABO, CBO, creative testing, audience testing, lookalikes, broad audiences, you name it, they tried it. Nothing was working. So the first thing we did was we cleaned up the entire structure and we implemented our M3 structure. Basically, in an era where no one does this, we want to have clear separation between our prospecting audiences, our retargeting audiences, and our existing customers. Now, this change got us around an 18% improvement in the first week, which is fantastic. And it got us up to around a 1.95 return on ad spend. So now that we had the foundation set, we started testing. And this is what separates the men from the boys. We looked through all of their data and we analyzed which days of the week perform the best. We found that they drive a disproportionately higher return on ad spend on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So we slowly started to shift our budget to these better performing days, which led to an increase of 12% in return on ad spend, bringing us right up to the 2.1 target that we had. Then we moved on and applied the same philosophy to audience, platform placement, and landing page. Through these analyses, we found another 19% increase in return on ad spend, bringing us all the way up to 2.4. And lastly, we moved on to creative testing. When we audited the account, we found one static image that the previous agency had turned off. So we took that creative out of the content graveyard, and working with a brand, we created 11 new variations of this static image. And one of those 11 variations took off and was able to acquire customers at a 2.7 return on ad spend on new acquisition. And by day 40, we had taken this account from a 1.68 return on ad spend at $2,300 per day to over 2.1 return on ad spend at over $23,000 per day. We literally added an additional $500K in revenue per month to this brand in about 5 weeks, ultimately increasing their valuation to their investors by over $10 million. This is what can be done if you know how to get in the weeds and test all of the tiny variables. So if you own or manage an e-com business and you want to see if we could do something similar for your brand, then go to the description and schedule a call to work with us, and we will do an account audit just for you and take you through the exact process that we would apply to your brand to see if this is doable for you.